Hey YouTube, this is Team Shenanigans' first deck profile. This is going to be my deck profile for my lightsworn Debris quickdraw, or the lightsworn Debris Dandy, not quickdraw, that I ran at regionals yesterday at Rockville and got me 6-3. So yeah, anyway, we're going to start out with the basics. Start out with the monsters, which is the biggest part of the deck. We start out with 3 Raikos, lightsworn hunters. Obviously, Raiko is a big part of this deck. Set first turn, destruction, mills 3. Sets up big plays with Celestial if they leave it face down. I mean, it's just a good card. Next, of course, the boss, JD, at 2.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I have 2. So yeah, self-explanatory. Celestial, that's one angel. 2. Any higher, she becomes dead draws unless you have the recharge, which there's only 3. So between her and Wolf, 2 is a good number. Plus, she's harder to summon since she's 5 stars, not 4. But her effect's amazing, so you can't run her any lower than 2.
She was 4-star, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, it would be. Anyway, Wolf, Lightsworn Beast at 2. Some people are saying I should run him at 3, but 3, once again, I have an issue with having too many big monsters in my hand. I already have him, I can't summon. JD and Celestial are no good to me early unless I draw Soul Recharge. So I think 2 is a good number. I plus enough with him as is, plus my other cards, milling. I do good things. Anyway.
And we should say this is the March 2011 ban list, so this next thing might confuse people who aren't up to date to it.
Yeah. Anyway, brand new today, first edition, Ultra Card Troopers ×2. I already had 2 in it yesterday. They were just commons. Now I have 2 ultis. They're very pretty. I'm very happy about them. 2 of them simply because Card Trooper just speeds up the deck so much. You open with him, you summon him, you mill 3. On your opening turn, you pass. They kill it, hopefully, and you draw. And I mean, just a good card. Makes the deck way faster. And since Book of Moon went to 1, I had to do this. I had to double up on the effect failure. I started with 1 originally, but the second one proved too valuable in playtesting to not run 2. So I'm looking for another Ultra, but, you know, anyway. Okay, here's my little twist on it. It's 2 Debris Dragons. The Debris Dragon just pisses your opponent off, simply because it's really good. Debris Dragon, summon it, you can bring back Raiko if you have to for Iron Chain play, or you can bring back Card Trooper for a Black Rose after you mill, because milling's the cost. Or you could even bring back an Effect Veil or a Plague Spreader or Glow Up if you need a 1-star or 2-star tuner and you already have something on the field. Plus he's got 2,000 defense, which also annoys the crap out of people if you set them and they try to attack into them. But yeah, and they're very nice looking too. First, yeah. Okay, and new to the deck, the only thing that's changed since my regional match is the Lightsworn Monk, Erin. I didn't have her yesterday until after the tournament started. I swapped Jane out for her. She's just amazing. She kills sabers. They don't get their searches. You just bounce them back on top of the deck. Jams their hand. Gets you an early lead. So I love her already. I've already tested against sabers. It does work. Next is Garth, Lightsworn Warrior. You can really plus with him if you got another Lightsworn, say Lumina up, or you have Raiko face down and he flips, or even Lila, because you mill 2 more in the end phase with his ability, and you draw for every Lightsworn you mill, so he's really good too.
Did you wait till after the middle draw?
Yeah. And 1850 attack, so not bad at all. Except the 50 kind of ticks people off because you have to put that on. And of course, Lumina, Lightsworn Summoner. Amazing card. If this wasn't at 1, I would run more than her of 1 because she's turned dead draws into nothing. You just discard 1 card from your hand, special Lightsworn 4-star or lower from your grave. Generally, if you have targets in grave and you have a wolf in hand, you summon her, dish wolf to bounce to summon wolf, and there you go. Now you have a 21 beater. Next is Lila, Lightsworn Sorceress. Last of my Lightsworns. Lila is just amazing simply because you can pop back rows with her, and she mills 3, and she has 1700 attack. So she's just all around good. There's no reason not to run at least 1, if not 2. If you have room, run 2. Nectar Gardna, removed from graveyard to stop an attack. Excellent card. Too bad it's only at 1. Glow Up Bulb, beautiful card to mill. Just mill top card. You can have a tuner on the field. Excellent. Makes lots of formulas, so it makes pluses. Caius, the Shadow Monarch. Since I generally have a monster on the field, I'm okay with having this many tribute summonable monsters. And Caius is just a really good card. He removes opponent monsters or back row, generally monsters though, simply because monsters are harder to get back from play and they're more valuable out of play as they are in the graveyard. So, yeah, he's just good. Plague Spreader
And
Zombie.
you take 1,000 if it's a dark monster.
Yeah. And Plague Spreader Zombie is just Plague Spreader Zombie. Super Nimble Mega Hamster. I love this card. I really want to draw a green lightning bolt on his chest because, you know, that's me. But, Super Nimble Mega Hamster sets up Celestial plays really easy. You search out a Raikou with him, and then you set the Raikou, flip the Raikou, pop a back row, tribute Raikou, summon Celestial, you mill 7 cards, you pop 3 of theirs, hopefully you can play JD at this point. Yeah.
And I mean, just look at it.
It's a fat,
It's
fast
a hamster who's
Knocking
hitting a
over
guy.
a person.
Like, come on. It's super nimble.
Next. Dandelion. Was it 2? I used to ran 2 in it, but now since it's at 1, running 1, still does major work. I've milled this just the right time, so many times to get those tokens that save my life, or to make a +2 with a glow up in hand. So you summon glow up, sink for 2 formulas. So look at that, 2 more cards in your hand. So yeah. And of course, my beautiful Ghost Rare Honest goes with this deck because every monster in here, with the exception of like 3 that are going to be in attack position, are light. And just the anti-mana twist on this, Thunder King Ryo, sorry, I like to say Ryo. He's really good. 1900 beater light, goes with Honest, stops your opponent from searching, so he's really good against Gravekeepers and Sams, and even Sabers.
And anything else that searches.
Anything else that searches. But yeah, he only stops 1 card in the deck, and that would be Charge of the Light Brigade, of course, because I don't have any other searches. So yeah, that's it for the monster.
Explain why he doesn't stop hamster.
He doesn't stop Hamster because it comes with the field, and anyone that knows how to play Yu-Gi-Oh would know that. Okay, so that's all the monsters.
Yep.
Okay, on his spells, which are almost as important. 3 solar recharges. This card helps you mill, adds cards to your hand, and kills your dead draws of Wolf and Celestial. And even if you need to ditch a random other lightsworn, so you can have 4 in the grave for JD and draw 2 and mill 2, it's always a good card to have in your hand as long as you have another lightsworn. So yeah, Pot of Avarice at 2. Running 2 of these simply to recycle the JD and the other monsters that I want back in my deck that are probably not lightsworn. Say if I have 3 Raikous, I'll put 2 in, so that's like the only lightsworn I recycle. Or put glow up once it's burned because you can draw in and summon it. Or maybe Caius or the Breeze Dragon. The Breeze Dragon is a big target and honest and effective hours. So yeah. Then Charge of the Light Brigade, obvious. Giant Grenade once again, obvious in OTK decks. Dark Hole, Derpy Hole. Mind Control, any deck that runs a ton of tuners runs this. Book of Moon, staple. Monsterborn, also very staple. Foolish Burial, amazing card in this deck. You can either send your 4th Lightsworn, send a Dandy, send either your Glow Up or your Plague, or even a Wolf, a special Wolf, and then Tribute Wolf for a Celestial play. Really good card in this deck. I would never take that out. And Trap lineup, very small. Royal Decree, ×2. Beckoning Light. Trap Stone replace Cold Wave. So, that's the main deck. On to the extra deck, which is probably going to be pretty basic and standard, aside from like 1 or 2 cards. I do have 1 tech in there, though.
Yeah, you do.
And I hate it.
And Seth hates it. Okay. Start off small, go large. Formula Synchron, 2. Amazing card. Works with Globe and Dandelion very easily. End up drawing cards for that. Armory Arm, since I...
And he's light, and he goes with honest.
Yeah, he does, and so does Armory Arm. Armory Arm simply because Armory Arm does so much. He gives you options when you have a jam field. You just sink for him as an intermediate and pull another tuner. And he also can do Armory Arm things. I love Justice Catastrope, Magical Android are my 5 stars. Simply because Android goes with Honest, he gains life points. Catastrophe gets over a lot of stuff as long as Stardust is on field. And it doesn't target for whatever reason. So you can get over Machina Fortress with him. Brionic, Iron Chain, 6 stars. I had Goyo, but he got banned, so he's not in here, so I don't get game losses. Yeah, pretty easy. The Breeze Dragon makes him super fast. He's also 2500 attack. It's pretty much the biggest 6-star right now, aside from Gaia, and I don't like Gaia, so now. And Brionic is Brionic.
The biggest 6-star.
Black Rose at 2. And my tech, Ancient Fairy Dragon. This kills Gravekeepers if you can get it up. Simply because you just gain 1,000 life points from blowing up their Necro Valley. And Black Rose Dragon blows the field. And yeah. And my 8 stars are a Stardust and a Scrap Dragon. Obvious reason, Scrap Dragon, you can pop off cards and just destroy everything. Stardust Dragon shields you. And of course, Chimera Tech at 1. Mistworm is my 9-star. Will be replaced with Trashulia as soon as he comes out.
I wouldn't replace him.
I'm going to. Shooting Star Dragon because I can make him, and I do it quite often. I've actually made 2 of those in one turn with this deck. By
using the opponent's Stardust.
using my opponent's Stardust, I mind control. Yeah, I mind controlled Stardust. Had a Dandy token. Used Glow Up. Sunk for Formula. Sunk to Shooting Star. Drew my card for Formula. Drew into Monster Reborn. Summoned a Breeze Dragon. Brought the Formula back. Monster Reborn his Stardust and sunk again into a second Shooting Star.
Did you only run 1?
And well, yeah, that was before I ran 1.
That was extremely situational.
And it really worked. And I laughed. I won that game, by the way. Yeah. So that's for the extra deck. Next is the side deck, which is
Pretty standard.
it's standard for whatever I do. But yeah.
And this is a cat that is insane.
Psycho Kitty.
This is their Psycho Kitty.
Okay. So side deck monsters are 2 Snowman Eaters. Believe it or not, this is really good against Blackwings. And it's also good when you know your opponent's going to try and side Nobleman for your Rykos. They hit this with Nobleman, it's not anywhere near as detrimental. And yeah, you still have your Rykos. But Snowman Eater is just a BA. He's 1900 defense, and he's not a build effect. Yep. He's just awesome. I love Snowman Eater.
He's got a Fez, too.
He's also a really awesome looking card.
Yeah.
If I ever saw one in the street, I'd run. DD Crow, because everything runs off the graveyard nowadays except for macro. And I guess Gravekeepers do a little, but not very much.
Not enough to side the Crow.
Cyber Dragon, because he's Cyber Dragon. Puppet Plant, because of Samurais and Gravekeepers. I used this on Gravekeepers yesterday, and it won me a game. It really did. It does so much work. Max C against Sam's. I draw 5. Kinetic Soldier against Sam's. They run into my 3,800 defense. 2 System Downs against Machida, and eventually Kakari, because they're all machines as well, and System Down makes them cry.
Yeah, it does.
Double Noblemans for Gravekeepers and anything else I feel like I need to knock out their face-down defense, like Sabers.
Ryko.
I wouldn't hit Ryko, I'd kill my own deck, dummy. MST, because I don't main one.
You have all 3 in hand.
God, Z-Call for Sabers, simply because I will take them and I will sink for whatever I want to with 6 stars. Astro Restrict against Frog Arcs. I probably need to put a second one of these in there, because Frog Arcs are a good match against me. I need to start doing something for Glad Beast too, because they're actually my worst match aside from Keepers, and they beat me yesterday. And Crevice on the recommendation of Roy St. Clair and Robbie Stargell. Yeah, amazing card. It's 2 DD Crows. The only issue I have with it is it goes against my decrees, but generally if you're removing cards from their graveyard, they're not running traps, hopefully, so you can side out your decree. Yeah, and that's the deck. This is my lightsworn Dandy Debris, and I've had lots of people complimenting me on it because they love this build, and it is fun as anything to run, I will tell you that. Yeah, so that's all I got for now, YouTube. Enjoy your evening, and if you feel like you need to build this deck, feel free to email us for questions or advice on playstyle or anything that sparks your interest.
Email address is teamshenanigansyu@gmail.com.
Or you can just write it on our wall. One of the 2.
Yeah, we have Facebook too.
Yeah, we have Facebooks if you need to look us up. Good night.